Welcome to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of PR Champions, and today we are headed to Deerfield, Illinois to meet with Jamie Izaks of All Points Public Relations. Welcome, Jamie.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me, Christina. Wonderful to chat. I can talk shop all day.
Oh, awesome. So let's talk about, PR is something that people just don't think is attainable. But one of the things that's really important to stand out is to have wow factor. So talk about that. Like, how can you really differentiate yourself and get that wow factor?
The wow factor comes from what I think are the newsworthy elements of PR, right? You got to have a great story to tell. You got to have some significant prominence. You have to have some proximity, meaning like a local relevancy, whether that be local to your nation, local to your community, local to your state, whatever the case might be. But the wow factor comes from having those newsworthy elements in place so that you can actually earn that coverage. And that comes from, you know, what I started off with, which is the great storylines, right? Who are the sources? Who are the people? What are the angles? Those things coming together to allow you to create that wow. Today, we have to get through the clutter of the news, which is so dynamic when it comes to those that are dominating those storylines, those headlines, right? It's so much dedicated to the natural disasters that are in place, politics, wars. That's where national headlines are, and national is often becoming local now too, with all the heavy headlines that are hitting the nation. So what are you going to do in your brand, in your companies, to differentiate, to distinguish, to create that wow? So much of it comes from give back, donation, philanthropy. So much of it comes from innovation, technology, doing those things that other companies are not doing, creating in a way with your company headlines that no other company can do because of that innovation that you're showing. Bringing all those things together allows you to create that wow. And then you have to really come up with those story angles that allow you to pitch that to reporters, to publications that get them to buy in. And by buying in, they're willing to tell your story the way that your company needs it to be told to elevate sales, awareness. So by doing so, you're going to create some wow factor.
And you just brought up reporters, which is a really, really important part of this. You're pitching your wow story, but it's really important to make sure you've got the right reporter, correct?
Oh, the legwork that goes into it is critical. I've talked about this on countless occasions within our agency, certainly within industry events too. You have to do your homework, and reporters do not want to be approached about stories that are not relevant to their audience or that aren't relevant to their writing and their profession. You have to make life easier on them, and you have to make it so that they have some sort of vested interest in your storyline because it's going to make their work look better to their audience, to their bosses in some cases too. So the right reporter is critical. It's a waste of yours and their time if you're not involved in a little bit of legwork to figure out, what exactly would be the relevance to this particular reporter. Read their stories is one thing. Watch their news stories. Read their online pieces, get to know them, what they like in and outside of work. We research reporters every which way, check their Twitter, look at their lifestyle, comment on their puppies, whatever the case is, connect with them in ways that allow you to get your storyline across. And you have to know them inside and out, or they want absolutely nothing to do with you.
Wow, Jamie, that was packed full. Our segments are 5 minutes, and you gave so many value bombs in that. That was fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, Christina, thanks for having me.
To learn more about Jamie and All Points Public Relations, head on over to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of PR Champions, and I'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.